Happy Monday, beautiful people. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. That's Terry Jones. This is LoveBabz, LoveTalk. It is Monday, a week from my birthday. Just thought that was important to say. Woo, Harry, another weekend for the books. It was a good weekend, Harry. I had a good time. I'm telling you, this weather, I need the weather to cooperate with what I'm trying to do. You know, have a good time. The weather don't seem to be cooperating. It's cold. It's all right. So let me tell you what I did. I had a good weekend, Harry, but every weekend is a good weekend. Friday night, well, I got my nails done. I got a fresh manicure and a pedicure. Pink. Pink is the new black. And they got little cherry blossoms on them. So you can't really see them, but yeah, you can. Look, new nails. And my toes are done too. So I did that on Friday. And I went to see Nick DeMaria and Fernanda at Jazzy's, Harry. I've not spent much time at Jazzy's. I've been there I went there for Candy Bowles Walton's party. I was there for another such party before that. Oh, I know. David Burden's party. Kia's husband. We went to his party. So I did that. So we were at Jazzy's. We sat at the bar. Me, Ife, some other folks. Alicia, her husband Tommy from Bloom. Yeah, it was great. We had a good time. The music was fabulous. You know, Nick DeMaria is a consummate performer, and Fernanda is my favorite singer. She really is my favorite. I just love hearing her sing. And you know, at the end of the night, I had her sing Aretha Franklin's Daydream because I just love the way she sings it. She just does such a great job with that song. And it just blows me away. So anyway, she was good. She looked amazing. She was radiant. She's got a head full of hair. Like she could be related to Maya with all that hair. So that was good. We hung out. Michelle Turner blew in. We hung out at the bar with her, chatted up some more. And it was a good time. It really was. That's a good Friday night when you could sit at the bar with your friends, eat and drink. I had eaten a big lunch just a few hours before we got there, right? Like early in the day. So I was so full. I knew if I would have ate anything, I probably would have thrown up. I was just full. You know how you just full? So I did have one of the deviled eggs, which was really, really good. But that was it. I didn't order any food. I really wasn't hungry. Like I truly was not hungry, but I drank a lot of cocktails. I was hella thirsty. So that was Friday night. The music was on point. The ambiance was on point. Hanging with my friends. It was just a great Friday night. Saturday, I went up to support Ife and Diaspora Con. And let me tell you something. That was so enlightening. Sometimes you go to stuff and you're like, oh, well, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't know anything about this. Not my thing. And it wasn't my thing, but I went because Ife is my friend and I want to support everything that she does. But let me tell you something. I got in there and I heard some stuff and learned some stuff. It is now my thing. It is now my thing. Listen, the Diaspora Con returned me back to my comic book roots. Because everybody grew up comic books, even if it was just the Archies and Archie, Jughead, and the crew. I remember reading those. But it has expanded and has gotten much bigger. Now we're into graphic novels, right? Like I have one right here. I have the Parable of the Sower graphic novel. And this thing is hefty as hell. I think it's heftier than the damn. Here's the book. Here's the graphic novel. So anyway, they have really the Diaspora Con just really made me a new fan, a real new fan. And my boyfriend, my mother-in-law gave me the John Lewis graphic novels. Like I have the whole set, gave it to me. Like she was giving me all the books by and about John Lewis because she's such a fan and she knows that I'm a fan too. So she gave me all the books. It was really good. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it immensely. I enjoyed them. So Diaspora Con, I got up there. It's an all-day thing. It was great. Saw some folks up there that I hadn't seen in a long time, which was really, really nice. And so many Black people who are nerds. And I don't mean that disparagingly, right? Like, I don't mean that as an insult. Like, this Black nerds is a real thing, blurs. I run a piece often in the inner city about blurs. The National Newspaper Association, which we are members of, the inner city is a member of, they have committed to showcasing and highlighting blurs, Black nerds. And so every so often you get a piece from somebody in that chain about what's happening, what they're doing, that kind of thing. And I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan of them. But I didn't realize that I too could become a blurred. I had no idea. I mean, I know I'm a socialite, but I didn't know I could be a blurred. So I'm a blurred, or I'm gonna become one because I'm gonna learn this thing. So I mean, it was so much to offer. I mean, it was everything from the first brother that spoke about. He's a Hill House High School teacher, and he talked about how he came to comic books and art and all of those kinds. He's a teacher at Hill House, and I just so enjoyed his conversation. Because there's so much history, Connecticut history, related to these kinds of graphic novels and comic books and that kind of stuff. And it's not a genre. I forgot what he called it. But I was just so impressed. And then Joe Young, who has made a business out of this kind of work for 30 some odd years. I mean, he was an incredible, funny kind of guy with his whole team. And it was great. And, he worked on this animation with Smokey Robinson. Now, I remember seeing Smokey Robinson on Def Jam Poetry. And he did the piece about, he's not owning African-American, he's owning Black. I'm a Black American. And so he did a whole piece, spoken word piece about it on Def Jam. I remember watching it. I was watching because I was such a fan of Def Poetry Jam, right? Def Jam Poetry. I was a huge, huge, huge fan. I never missed it. So I remember when Smokey was on that night, and I had no idea he was such a poet. I mean, he is a prolific, famous songwriter. So of course he would be a prolific, famous poet. Anyway, so he did this piece, I Am Black. And then I guess that's like 20 years ago, right? 25 years ago, probably more if I talked to Michelle Turner. I'm always saying things are 20 years out when they really are 30 and 40 years out. But anyway, so he did the animation with Smokey Robinson. Great animation based on that, using that poem that Smokey had written and performed at Def Poetry. It was great. So that was interesting. And then there was another brother there. He was talking about in relationship to what he does. I mean, it was just so many people. Raheem, y'all know Raheem, dapper brother running around town. I think he's at Known right now, doing some incubator work with the new business folks. So he came on and he gave us a whole master class on NFTs. I still don't understand this whole NFT world, and I don't understand digital artwork because I just don't understand it. And why would you want digital artwork? I don't get it. But it's not for me to yay or nay. It's what's happening. And just because something is happening that you don't understand doesn't mean you have to frown on it. I'm not frowning on it. I personally don't see the point of having digital art, but I may get some because it's what's happening. And I don't want to be left out. But this whole NFT thing, you could create your own non-fungible image and sell it. Like what? People buy it. Like people buy this and then they want to use it for other things and blah, blah, blah. And there's all kinds of ways that you can sell it in all kinds of ways, that and here's the thing. I guess this is the next iteration of art because artists, when they sell a piece of artwork, it's over. The relationship between you and that person is over. Now you could take that artwork and go sell it yourself. And you don't got to tell the artist a damn thing. You don't have to give them any more money or any of that. There's this whole conversation about this right now. As a matter of fact, I ran it in the inner city about a month ago where, the sister that painted Michelle Obama for the portrait gallery in DC, she entered into an agreement with Melissa Harris Perry. Remember she was on MSNBC or CNN or one of them networks. And so she didn't have the full, she commissioned a piece, or she bought a piece, and the artist discounted it because it's her and she couldn't afford to pay whatever it was. So she paid over time and she got the thing. Some of that's the story. Well, I guess it was a whole bunch of back and forth negotiation about this particular piece of art that she commissioned or bought or whatever. And she had it for a while. And then she turns around and she sells it for way more than what she paid for it. And so, so the conversation was, and I don't know if they're having this conversation, but this made the art world have this conversation. If somebody discounts their artwork for you and you sell it for more than what you paid for it, do you in turn give some of that money to the artist so that they can be whole about this particular piece of artwork? And that's the conversation. So in the digital world, that can't happen. You know why? Because whenever you sell a piece of digital art that you bought from someone, a percentage of whatever you sold it for gets kicked back to the artist. Wow. And it's an interesting medium. And there was a lot of young people at the Diaspora Con who know how to talk this language and are getting into this and are seeing a way for themselves to be creative in ways that we can't even imagine. Oh my God, let me tell you something. I was sitting in that space, I was taking it all in. And I missed the last conversation with Michael J. White and Professor Bill Foster. I missed that whole conversation because I had to go because I swung back into New Haven to go to the second night of the afternoon part of the second day of the Jazz Fest. I went to the first night. We went to the first night, which I think was like, I don't know, Thursday, Friday. It was swinging. It was good. It was really, really good. It was good. No, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, that was Thursday. We went to the first concert Thursday at Sudler Hall. And then so Saturday, so I left the Diaspora Con early. Well, before the last conversation. So I left so I could catch the second concert, which was really, really good. So that's what I did. So that was my Saturday. And I missed my photography class. These photography classes in the middle of a Saturday is no bueno. But I'll make it up because I'll be in class tomorrow. I have class tomorrow. So anyway, so that was Saturday. And if you missed Diaspora Con, you really missed something really special. I really did enjoy myself. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, I was like, I love Ife, so I'm gonna do whatever, I'm gonna support whatever she does. But I'm gonna tell you something. This was good. I enjoyed myself very much. I loved it. So, and there was a lot of stuff going on Saturday that I couldn't get to. Like Sun Queen was at the Dixwell Q House for the love of poetry. So I missed all of that. So I went straight to the Yale undergrad jazz collective. I went to the jazz festival. And that they had Jeff Fuller. And I think I bought 2 CDs. I bought 2 CDs from Jeff Fuller because they were just swinging. Happenstance, bought that one. And then this one proceeds go to the Ukrainian effort, Keep Hope Alive. And he talked about how Jesse Jackson, when he was running for president in 1988, I guess, coined the phrase "Keep Hope Alive," and he still says it. I still say it, "Keep Hope Alive." But anyway, he played a few songs from "Keep Hope Alive," and a lot of it had a lot of Afro samba Caribbean vibe to it, and it was just pretty good. I mean, he's a world-class consummate musician, and he has a wonderful trio, and they were just incredible. So I enjoyed that very much. I enjoyed it very much. Sure did. So that was my Saturday. That's my Saturday afternoon. And I don't think I'm trying to think, did I go out Saturday night? No. I hope I didn't. I was tired. So yeah, no, I went home. And then Sunday, I was at the Marta Moret is the wife to Salave. Was it Salave? Salave, the president of Yale. And so she hosted the Yale Campaign School for brunch. Alumni and a couple of the new people, and Markeisha Ricks is one of the new accepted students into the campaign school, which kicks off virtually, I guess, in June, I want to say. I think that's what it is. So anyway, we were at the president's house. It was a wonderful afternoon, wonderful brunch. They had vegan things there. They had avocado toast, vegan avocado toast. They had vegan coconut yogurt with chia seeds and fruit in it. It was good. And then that was it. Oh, and lots of fruit. I couldn't eat. That was about the end of what I could do. And copious amounts of kava. It had kava, which was really, really good. Nicely chilled, delicious. I don't like juice in my drink, so I didn't need a mimosa. Just give me the kava without adornment. It's tasty enough. So I did that. That was till about 1:00. That was a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, catching up with people like Marilyn Ford and Fran Pastor and a couple of sorors. Well, Marilyn Ford is my soror from Quinnipiac Law. But it was great. It was amazing. Patty Russo is a star. She just pulls together the most interesting of people. And, I never say no to her. I've only said no to her one time since I've known her. And that's because I had I was sick, couldn't come. I was sick. There was some things she wanted me to come to, and I was sick and I couldn't do it. That's the only thing I've ever said no to. I always say yes to anything that she says. So yeah, that was that. So that was Saturday. That was yesterday. And then I stopped by Paul and Carol Bass, stopped by their house and got a chair. Got a new chair. Let me see. Let me swing it around. There you go. That's my new chair. New to me anyway. New to me. Because I was sitting in this French cafe chair, and it's a cute chair, but it's not a good chair to sit in for work. It's a good chair to sit in on a porch for lounging. It is not a good chair to sit in when you have to do what I do. So this is a much better deal. It has arms on the sides. I can hoist myself out of it, and it is on wheels, and I can make it higher or lower. So it's at the right height. Like I'm not sitting low, which is nice because these new hips, you cannot sit low with these new hips. I don't care what Tina Turner does. And I'd sit low with new hips. So these Tina's got to be up a little bit, a little bit. So yeah. And then, hung out at Bloom, thought I had an appointment. I don't have an appointment until next Sunday, which is fine. I put it in my calendar wrong. And I went back and checked my emails and I was wrong, all the way wrong. That's fine. So I hung out at Bloom, had some coffee, had a cupcake, saw some folks, and then went home, had some dinner, and then we rolled out to the concert last night. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a great wrap up to an amazing festival. And I think her name is Melanie. She was just phenomenal, just such a talented. And she brought her band, her brothers in her band. I guess if I had a band, my brothers and sisters would be in it too. Yes, Melanie Charles. Melanie Charles. I mean, she was the right capstone for the festival. And so I saw Jaron Long. I saw him all weekend. I'll probably never see him again in my life, but I saw him all weekend. So it was good. It was really, really good. And these they don't play all night. They play, good hour, 15 minutes. It was really nice. It was good. It was good. They jammed. They really, really jammed. And then Ife and I, Markeisha went home. Ife and I popped by New West, had some chicken tenders and some beer, and called it a night. Chicken tenders and some beer, and called it a night. Called it a night. So, and baby, that is the weekend. So that's the weekend rundown. That's what I'm gonna do. Call it the weekend rundown. Every weekend is not gonna have this kind of excitement. Pretty much, though. Pretty much. So let's see what else is going on. So the kids at Common Ground are staging a protest. I guess I chair the board, so I'm telling it. Because they're upset with some administrative decisions that have been made on behalf of some teachers not getting their contracts renewed, and students feel some kind of way about teachers that they enjoy and care about, and I appreciate that they care so much about who teaches them, that they are willing to sort of stand up and say so. So I'm not moved by the protest. What I am pissed off about is that adults are stupid and they say mean, hateful things, and sometimes they do it anonymously. This is why I don't like anonymous stuff, because you could be saying all this mean stuff and be sitting next to me at a party or somewhere and I don't even know it. That's why I don't like people with these fake names and all this other kind of stuff. I just can't stand it. But anyway, so Common Ground, the administrative folks and the board, we've been getting a little pushback since we've let it be known that this is what is happening. And so people have been, now no one has come at me, because they know damn well I'm not like these other people. You're not going to talk that ish to me, and I'm gonna hold my tongue, because I can resign off the board and kick your ass. That's what could happen. I just want people to be very clear about how they deal with me, because I'm not a turn your other cheek chick. I'm making it very clear. So if you come at me with some mess, I'm gonna meet you with some mess. Do you understand? Fire on top of fire. I am too old and been in this game too long to allow anybody to walk all over me for the good of what? Because I can resign. Do you understand me? I can step down and then we can take it outside. That's where I'm at. Because these people are out their damn minds. They think they could just say anything and do anything to you on the cloak, and then you're supposed to just, for the good of what? Are you kidding me? So I'm gonna let them know I'm not the one. I'm happy to hear you and your concerns. I believe protest is the cornerstone of democracy and freedom. I'm never going to tell these kids not to do it. I support that they have such care and concern for their education that this is what they're willing to do. That's it. That's it. And then beyond that, that's it. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. All right. So we ready for word on the street. God knows where they are on a Monday. I'm excited to know. Harry, they are trying to get in the waiting room. I don't know if you're around, if you can hear. They're trying to get in the waiting room. And I don't have command of the Zoom ship. I don't have command of the Enterprise. So okay. So yeah, so Harry is gonna let them in, and then they're gonna bring us the word on the street. I can't wait to see where they go on a Monday morning, although it's still brisk out there. So I love these word on the streets. They really give me life. Hey, Courtney girl.
1 second. There we go. Good morning.
I see. I know where you are. You downtown at City Hall, because I know that brickwork.
Yes, I am. Good morning. Word on the streets. All right. This is Villa. Well, he goes by Villa. Why don't you introduce yourself first?
My name is Villa, Eric Vidro, a.k.a. Villa, CEO of Villa Fame La Boda, Villa Fame Apparel, Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere, global.
So he's a designer, but really quick, what's the word on the street?
Word on the street is what I'm doing. Fashion, design, apparel, custom jackets, I do t-shirts, everything. That's what I do. That's what I love doing. Follow me, you know? In Fairhaven, if you see me, hey, approach me, you want some clothes, I'm around.
You see why I had to get him on here? He has the energy.
I definitely got the energy.
Yeah, you have the energy for sure.
You know me. I got the energy. I love making clothes. I love being around, like good events, stuff like that. I'm here. You know?
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. I'm global. I'm everywhere. I'm gonna use that.
I'm everywhere. Yes. I'm global.
So, all right, Courtney, go ahead. You talk to him before I ask the questions.
First of all, let's see the logo so we can show it a little closer. So, can you explain the logo for us?
The logo.
Wait, show them the back here, Jack, real quick. Look at this. So he designed this on your own, pretty much, right?
Yes, I love sewing. I got that from my mother. She was like, she used to do all our clothes when we was young, doing like summertime outfits and stuff like that. And my aunt in Puerto Rico, she used to do design like dresses for quinceañeras, and I used to take all the other material, make my own stuff, and it went to, like, you know, it went dormant for a couple of years, and it just came back, and I'm like, 20 years in, and I'm still here.
So you're from Fairhaven.
Fairhaven, born and raised.
Tell me, like, what got you into this? I know your mom.
Yeah, it's just something I always wanted to do, but I just didn't really have no idea like how to go about it.
Yeah.
And I started making comic books, but I didn't want them to make wearing like a name brand on the comic book. So I created the Villa thing.
Yeah.
So everybody used to read my comic books. They used to love the clothes they had on. So I was like, you know what? Let me make it to real clothes. And that's how it happened.
But how did you get the idea for the logo?
The logo, like, I wanted something classy. I wanted something that's going to last generations. I didn't want something just for the moment or like a fad. So I was like, what can I do? And if you know the Chinese zodiac, the year of the horse or the year of the tiger or whatever, I'm born year of the horse. So I was like, why not use the horse? And I just kept on adding things to the horse, and that's how it came about.
Okay. Yeah. And so how long have you been doing this for?
Villa Fame La Moda has been going on for 5 years, but like as in me being a designer, sewing, I even do rips, jeans and stuff like that, whatever. I've been doing that for like 10, 15 years now.
You guys want to add anything on this?
So did you go to school for it? Like, do you have formal training, or this is all just natural talent?
This is natural talent, but I can't just, I got to give credit to a lot of people also. Like, a lot of people helped me and inspired me, paved the way. Let's see, my mother, of course. I went to college for it, but I felt like I was too advanced for it. So I went there for more of the business aspect. But I did get more better with the sewing machine and stuff, definitely.
So what are you up to today?
Well, today is Monday. I might go to the shop. That's by the Tweed Airport. And that's where
you do have a store?
I kind of you could say that. I got a shop where I get everything done at. Where I do my personal, like the sewing and stuff like that. It's more at my house. But you could find me on Instagram, Facebook. You could go to the shop even, like if you want to see your stuff get done right there, like, you know, it's a good experience. Some people don't, you know, they order something, they get packaged, but if you're in the area and you want to see the shirt done, yeah, you can pull up to the spot and save it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like a warehouse.
It's like a warehouse. It's like New Haven, East Haven borderline, Tweed Airport. My boy Scott Gotti, I call him Scott Gotti, and he runs it over there, special events, and like, yeah, you can pull up, see your shirts get done, everything. Good.
So who influences you? Like, who's your biggest influences? Because that fashion is hot right now. Like everybody's got their own style, and there's a lot of interesting styles out there. A lot of up and coming designer. I mean, I'm a Jason Wu fan. I love Christian Siriano, you know, and I like Dior. I like all that stuff. Like I like couture anyway. So who do you dig? Like who do you like?
My influence from way back in the day goes like cross colors.
Oh yeah.
Carpenai. And then we know, like when Puff Daddy did the bad boy clothes, I didn't like that. But when he made his label brand, his name brand,
the Sean John, yes.
Yo, that was it.
He just bought it back, you know. He bought it back.
That Calvin Klein, of course. I love Calvin Klein. I love Tommy Hilfiger. I want to be on that level of at a market, at a brand. That's what inspires me. I don't want to be too urban, because sometimes it don't last long, and I want to really be longevity. So I want to be like a high-end, black-owned, black-inspired, high-end, like Villa Fame Moda, you know, for the longevity. I got generations right now. I got mothers and daughters wearing my clothes, you know, like it's dope, man. It's like nobody feel like, oh, that's some old people. So, nah, this is for right now. This is for everybody, and it's international.
Wow.
How do you go about promoting it?
Promoting it is difficult, you know, because you always want to. I'm a Virgo, and I gotta have perfection,
organization.
So, yeah. So like, I'll make a video, and I won't even use it for like a whole year, and then I'll just throw it out there after I do some editing. But you know, it's just, you know, you gotta have the target market. You gotta have the target market. You don't want to be, you know, like I'm from the city, but at the same time, you want to be professional. You don't want to be too ratchet. You know, like you want everybody to relate to your clothes, stuff like that. You know, I don't want to, like, say for instance, a cop or construction worker or a lawyer. I want everybody to relate to, like, buy my clothes and feel comfortable wearing it. You know?
Yeah.
That's the goal, yeah.
All right. So what has been like kind of the biggest challenge out of this?
The biggest challenge, I would say, is, you know, business partners. I had a lot of offers with business partners, and I decided to be dolo because the directions they wanted to go with it, I didn't like. And, you know, they had the money, but it's just like, this is a passion. This is something I really respect and I want, and it's my name. So I don't want to, like, shame my own business. So, you know, those are things I had to turn down, but it was worth it in the long run.
And wait, you said your mom taught you how to sew?
Watching my mother,
Okay.
my aunt in Puerto Rico, when I used to stay out there for summers, and just watching my mother. She made it with raw material, the templates, the patterns, to cut it out, sewed it. Like, she used to, like, use us as bodice, you know, like everything, pinch us by accident. But, you know, it's just a good experience. And it went, like I said, it went dormant for a while because I started turning to a skateboarder. And I went through a whole era of skateboarding. And, you know, it just came back. So, but now it's here to stay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Are you hoping to open a store in New Haven?
I had a flagship 2 years ago, like before the COVID, but I had an issue with the ventilation. I had it on 103 Grand Avenue. And I didn't want the clothes, the smell. Like, they had, you know, I don't know what's property management. They didn't want to clean it, and I don't want my clothes smelling like that, so I just had to leave the premise.
When was that?
That was like
2 years ago? Okay.
I haven't looked for a spot yet, but you know, you can always go to the shop.
So can people, just so I understand, can people go to East Haven and buy your clothes, or do they order them through you? You
can order them through me. If you see me directly, email, like Instagram, DM.
What's your Instagram?
Villa_fame.
Villa_fame?
Fame. Fame.
Okay. I'm gonna look you up.
Yes, you've been invited. That's my slogan. You can invite it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm stealing that too.
How do you go about like what you're gonna make? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
You'd be surprised. I will be at a stop sign and I come with an idea. It's it's like it relates to music. You get inspired by a tree or a billboard or like a certain color code or something like that. And then boom, you just got an idea. And it just comes, you take notes, put in your phone, whatever. I still use pen and paper. I'm old school and I do rough drafts and stuff like that. But it definitely works. Definitely works.
Babz, you want to add anything?
So, who do you like to design for? Men, women, children, old ladies like myself? Who's your client?
Many and women. Many and women. I'm getting a lot of demands for kids. And it's understandable because like they like, oh, I want to wear your stuff, but I don't want my son not wearing it. Like they want their son to be involved too, and I respect that. So like I'm trying to get into that, making like toddlers, infants, and clothes for them. I really want to do beach towels. I love beach towels. My mother got me into beach towels when I was little. She always got like a gosh, beach towels and stuff like that. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. Like I just see my name, boom, on a beach towel. I just love it.
Well, summer's coming.
Are you still doing comics?
You could check some out. I don't have none right now, like on Instagram.
No, I mean,
yeah, I
okay.
Comics. Yeah, I do like I really draw. Like I got my style. It's my own style. I call it Spanime, and it's like Spanish anime because it's not Japanese anime. But yeah, you could definitely stay tuned for it. Definitely. It's called Evita Soul.
Well, what's like your story, like kind of when you were raised here, right?
Yeah.
So, like, where'd you go to school and all that?
All right, so yeah, born and raised out here, Fairhaven. Went to Fairhaven Middle School. Went to Woodward School, elementary school before that, but they tore that down to make the highway bigger. I-95 highway bigger. Went to Wilbur Cross. From Cross, of course, lived the street life. I'm not a saint. I've been out in the streets. I did time before, and let's see, like
some of the best people have done time, I must say.
I met some talented people in my tenure in the system. I definitely did, and you know what? At the same time, I re-educated myself.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely re-educated myself. I tightened myself up. Some people don't do it. Some people do. It's really up to you how you want to go home, like the type of person you want it to be when you go home. It's nothing wrong with changing your name, changing your identity. That's going to get you to renewing yourself, revising yourself, bettering yourself. Do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Where were you at?
I was in Carl Robinson. I went to a couple of persons, honestly.
Okay.
Like I had my dark moments where like, I don't want to be in this person no more, so I'll go punch somebody in the face just for another person. So but I got off that, started bettering myself, thinking about like how the type of person I want to be when I go home. I even learned Mandarin Chinese in prison.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely did. Yeah, I self-education. They don't like that. They don't like that self-education. They used to deny me my books. They used to really deny me my books because they'd seen what I was trying to do and they didn't like it. So, but
are you comfortable saying what you went for?
Yeah. It's really nothing. It was serious at the time, but like, I was involved with the streets and the drugs and stuff like that, and I had got caught with a pistol. And it was like a shooting, like a related case like that, whatever. So I ended up doing a lot of time for it. So now,
when you were you ever like thinking like when you want to get out, you want to start doing designs and all that?
I didn't know that yet. I was doing a lot of comic books, and I created this character, whatever. And all I knew, I never knew nothing about social media. That was all happening when I was in the system. So I just knew I want to be part of it, like entertainment, something, because, whatever. So I came home, just fishing around, trying to find a home, like, people that was already doing stuff, got, a couple of denials. I'm not really going to put nobody on blast. But, I just figured out, let me just do my own thing. And it worked for me. I met a couple rap artists through my my hard work, doing free promos. I met a lot of promoters, music promoters, club promoters, bar owners. You know, it started growing from there. So,
do you kind of have a message for those who were in your situation or who might be in your situation now that,
like, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Like, that's it. Like, you know, like everybody's gonna go through their dark moments. Everybody goes through that man down, like feeling like they lost it all. I've been through that too many times.
mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, I had so many moments in jail. I was like, you know, but what are you gonna do about it? You gonna break, or you know, it's gonna make you or break you. And I took it out on the weights. I took it out on drawing, listening to music, learning languages, stuff like that. You know, you just gotta keep on striving. You gotta keep on striving. You can't give up on yourself. Don't ever give up on yourself.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. I think I might have to go and order me a jacket or something because I'm digging the way this looks. I love it. I'm on your site now.
You're on the Instagram?
Yeah, and I'm checking them out. I'm like, all right.
She's on your
Instagram.
Thank you.
I'm on the Instagram. You know, I see you. I see you. All right. So I think this is a good idea. I know Courtney will get all your information. Maybe we could, people will watch this and see you and want to get to know and how to get in touch and how to reach you. And I think it's really cool what you're doing. So
we can ask one little wrap-up question is how much you sell most of your clothes for?
Right now, t-shirts go for 20. I'm not going, you know, it's not a big deal. Jackets vary depending on like customization, the material, what you want on it. Sometimes I like to do my own thing and sell it like that, you know, but if you want something custom, yeah, I'll do that, of course. Ripped jeans. Right now I got track suits for the women, tops, V-necks, t-shirts, and hoodies, of course. I do hoodies all year round, sweaters all year round, because like I said, I'm global, international, it's bigger than like New England thing. It's just, I'm everywhere. I'm in Nigeria, parts of Nigeria. I'm in Colombia. I'm out in Texas. I'm out in LA. I'm about to be out in LA. I'll take that back. I'm about to be out in LA. Definitely in Florida. I'm in Alabama.
So are you making a little money for yourself? Like, are you making some money to support yourself?
I'm making enough money to pay that damn mortgage at the house. Excuse my language. No, but like, yeah, you know, but every business in the first 3 years, first 5 years has its ups and downs.
It's true.
This is how you budget yourself. Don't be prideful and no, I'm not going to work. I'm just going to focus on. No, I still work. I work third shift. That's why I love third shift because I still have my days to do things like this.
Where do you work?
I work way out East Hartford.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of is it?
It's like a warehouse business, you know, like I just do shipments and stuff like that. But the better, you know, me being over there working with them with Laser Ship, shout out to Laser Ship. And shout out to Dana, it's my boss right there. For real. So, and that's, you know, small world, not to go off track.
Yeah.
His brother has a business on Whaley Avenue.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I got this jacket from. And then I
You
customized
designed
it myself.
Okay, I got it.
Because I'm supposed to go still see him because he wanted to see the end results. He didn't see the end results yet. That's another story. But anyway, Laser Ship my job. They do shipments for like big companies like Amazon. So I could easily use them to order, ship my clothes out, whatever the case may be. So I work for them.
Hey, so whoever wants to get in touch with you, go through your Insta, right?
Yeah, Facebook, Villa Fame, or you can go to Instagram, Villa_Fame, or my backup page, Villa Fame La Moda. That's my backup page on Instagram.
I know I follow them both.
Yep, that's my backup page. You see my daughters over there, like they rocking my clothes too. But like, yeah, so that's how you follow me for now. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I enjoyed this very much.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Babz.
Thank you, Courtney. Another good one for the books, baby. Yeah, get me a Villa Fame sweatshirt, t-shirt. That's gonna be my summer look. I'm gonna give me one for the summer. I'm gonna get me a t-shirt for the summer. You know, maybe I have them on the porch. We could do something. Oh, that would be fun. Oh, Telling you, that was a good one. I love these words on the streets, man. You cannot get this anywhere. You cannot get a slice of New Haven like you get a slice of New Haven right here at the LoveBabz LoveTalk Pizza Shop. Because we serving you, baby. We serving. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So high five, Courtney. That was cool. I'm gonna get me a couple of t-shirts. I'm gonna give me a couple of t-shirts. We have a porch party. I think that's gonna be a porch party for the yes. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make that happen as I'm creating the schedule for the porching season. I'm gonna add him. I'm gonna get in touch with him and add him to the mix. This is how you bring community together. Oh my God. And he would have been good at Diaspora Con because he took anime and just flipped it and made it Latin or Latino inspired because this is who he is. So he took a comic or a graphic novel or his comics and had it reflect his own life, his own story, his own heritage. That is, you know what? That's very forward thinking. I love these young people, man. They out here doing the damn thing. They are out here doing the damn thing. And I'm with him. I am so with him. So yeah, look for him on the porch soon. As soon as this winter leaves. I was watching the news yesterday and all around Connecticut is 70, 75, 72. Right here, because they said cold front backdoored in. So we are in a holding pattern of 50s, 30s to 50s. This weather is just depressing. You know, it's not warm enough to go without a jacket, but it's not cold enough to put on a coat. You know what I mean? So every day you have to like layer up a little bit to figure out how to move about the city. Listen, we're gonna do the damn thing. We're gonna do the damn thing. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So that was good. Thanks, Courtney. That was excellent. I don't even know what language that is, but that was good. That was really good. I like that. That was really good. I'm gonna contact him. I can't wait to see how she writes it up. I'm looking forward to that. That was really good. So I'm telling you, stay tuned for Word on the Street, baby. We bring it to you. We bring it to you live and in living color. You know, we talk to the people that nobody else ain't talking to. That's real community right there. When you start talking to all kinds of people the way we talk to people and find out who they are and what they're doing, all these little unsung heroes. I'm telling you, somebody needs to sponsor this part of my show so we could give people little coffee cards and, you know, like somebody ought to give, so we can, when we run up on people, give them a coffee card, have some coffee on Word on the Street. That's what we need. We need somebody to donate us, you know, some cards, you know, for a cup of coffee. That's it. You know, have some coffee on us. Starbucks, the little other some of the local spots, you know, because I prefer the local spots, the local places. Maybe we can raise some money for that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's try to figure out a way to raise a little money so we could buy. So when we do Word on the Street, we get somebody a cup of coffee. Yo, have a cup of coffee on us. Somebody have a cup of coffee on us. Have a cup of coffee on us. You know, or a cocktail on us. I don't know. Coffee, because I think coffee is so easy to get to. You know, you could have coffee any time of the day. You know, if you're on your lunch break or if you're running across town or you wait for the bus or whatever, pop in someplace and get you a cup of coffee. We got you. That's what I want to do. I'll figure that out. We got to ask somebody. Just give us a couple of $5 coffee cards. Somebody could get it. Well, I don't even know how much coffee costs. Let me not say $5 and be held to that. And people got to put like $5 more with it to get a cup of coffee. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I like that idea. I'm telling you. So now and you know, and I want to tell people I have no idea who is going to be word on the street. I have no planning of this. They roll how they roll. The New Haven Independent team, they go out there and they find who they find without any intercession from me. I don't do any of it. You know, all I do is sit here and, you know, if there's a question, I'll ask it. You know what I mean? Like, that's about all I do. I don't tell them what to do. I don't tell them where to go. You know, they go where they go and they find the most interesting of people, the most interesting of people. So tomorrow I'm gonna see what Maya and Nora do around the because you know they have a habit of finding the cute guys. Although they missed one today. Courtney got the cute guy today. Ooh, Courtney got the cute guy today. Right on, Courtney. Go ahead, girl. I loved it. It was pretty good. I appreciate that. That was good. That was good. And had I met him earlier, I would have told him to go to Diaspora Con. I would have sent him to Quinnipiac University because that's where it was held. And shout out to Quinnipiac University for holding it down for Ife. And they liked it so much, they done said, come back next year, we got you. So that's pretty powerful. And they said it early in the day. Like, you know, before anybody showed up, they're like, oh, you know, this is a good idea. We like this. You know, so yeah, year one, I hope she feels like it was a success because it was for me. I tell you, I learned a thing or two. I really did. And I got to see the Frederick Douglass exhibit that sits in the hall in the front of the law school. There's a Frederick Douglass statue and a painting and you know all the materials of Frederick Douglass. And so when I was leaving, I was standing there and I was taking a picture of it, and the security guard who was quite knowledgeable and white and had a little bit of a Southern accent was happy to tell me that the extended portion of Frederick Douglass' hand was the mold of Obama's hand. So they put Obama's hand on Frederick Douglass as an extension. It's quite the thing to see. Quite the thing to see. So anyway, so if you're ever at Quinnipiac and you're at the law school, pop into their foyer, and Frederick Douglass is right there to greet you with the Obama extended hand. Oh, you know what? It's about the Frederick Douglass Trail in Dublin, because Black abolitionist in Ireland. He went to Ireland, and an unlikely place you would think, but he went to Ireland and spent some time there. And yeah, so they put a whole walking tour together. That might be a tour I might want to go check out. So they put a yes. Oh, we got to go call letters.
I'm New Haven Health Director Maritza Babz. If you or your family have COVID-19 symptoms or think you were exposed to someone with COVID, quarantine, stay home, and get tested on day 5 if possible. If you have COVID, isolate, wear a mask, vaccinate, get boosted, and test it as needed. Those are the best ways to stop the spread of COVID. At this time, we are vaccinating everyone ages 5 and up. Stay safe, New Haven, for all of us.
Listening to LoveBabz, LoveTalk on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. There you go.
Yes. So, yeah. So this is interesting. This whole Frederick Douglass in Ireland and what he saw. And, you know, he got there just as the potato famine was happening. He got there just ahead of the potato famine. And, you know, that just decimated Ireland and Dublin in particular, you know, and all the rich people left Dublin. So it really became just a terrible, terrible place, you know, like the American South were slaves. It's like, or I don't even want to say the American South, America. America. So yeah, so this is a wonderful, wonderful little exhibition, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Really good. So it was a good weekend. That was a good conversation. Appreciated that very much. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your news is? I see Putin is still killing people. I see China is fencing up people. There's nothing new in the world, people. Same old, same old. Like, how you gonna put a fence around whole neighborhoods?
Yeah, they're barricading certain neighborhoods and towns.
I don't. What? These people are not coming out anyway. So why are they doing that? Like, and who's gonna take all that down?
Is there zero COVID policy?
They extra over there.
So I don't know how you get to zero with a fence, but
Harry. I don't either. But maybe they know something we don't know. I don't.
When you're doing that to your own people, man, I don't know. Go from there.
Listen, they're not afraid of doing stuff to their people. They like we have a right. We have a right to do this. All right. Okay, China, we sees you.
I saw a video where they had a whole bunch of people lined up and they're testing them. And one guy was COVID positive. And oh my God, all hell broke loose. Like,
yeah. Did they feed him to Godzilla?
No, it was just like crazy. It's like all the soldiers got in attention ready to attack the guy. And I'm like, my God. And he's asymptomatic. I guess what you do is you isolate him.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't isolate the whole neighborhood. You go one guy, that's it. All of you are infected. All of you.
That's how it goes. Harry, that's how zombie movies start. It takes one person. It takes one person to infect, and then then it spreads like wildfire. Like, okay. I don't know.
I mean, what's the difference, right, of what's going on? Well, yeah, what's the difference? Because you're constantly saying it. Is Russia is attacking its own people. It's like, what is wrong with these people? And it's the same thing in China. It's like, okay, our people are our enemy. It's like, what is going on in this world?
I want somebody to say, if you kill all your people, guess what? You won't have to worry about running nothing because there will be nothing to run because all your people will be gone. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're killing the very people you're trying to, I don't know, lead.
I'm convinced China it's all about population control, honestly, because, they got.
Well, they're a little late for that.
They got like 1.4 billion people.
Yeah.
That's like 1 billion more than us. 1.1 million more than us. I mean, billion. Billion is, you gotta understand that it's billion. So for them, they figure, well, we could shave off.
I guess.
For them, it's because they have towns over there that they've built that are empty.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Yeah,
because at some point, mold is going to set in, Harry. Like, at some point, if you leave something unattended, the dust has got to be outrageous at this point. They got whole towns, streets, bridges, the whole nine. Yeah, when I first saw that, Harry, I thought it was like make-believe. Like what is this real? Like,
what's the goal? I mean, you have people,
they got transit systems put in place. I was like, what are they doing?
I mean, China is really rural, right? There's people who live in areas where they have nothing. They have no electricity, no nothing.
Yeah.
Why not just move those people into those empty towns? It would make sense. I mean,
I don't know what the thinking is, Harry. And you know, China, they never feel like they have to tell you anything. So so it's not like you could ask and they would tell you.
It's like, what's the plan?
It's like, why are you worried about what we doing over here?
Yeah, that's top secret. Empty towns are top secret. I don't know. And then I was reading a story in Ukraine where they're taking hostages now. I mean, we know they're taking hostages, but no, they're taking. It's almost like the Mexican cartel, where they're taking hostages and then sending you ransom letters. So, this lady, Russian troops to desperate mom, pay ransom or we'll send you your son's execution video.
Oh God, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, this is what they're doing.
That?
Now the troops are so desperate.
Oh, because they are hungry and they are.
And then Then when I look at the ransom, Babz, when I could pay the ransom, it starts worrying me. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, what? The ransom is $5,350. $5,350.
Yeah, but where you gonna get that from, Harry? That banks are what? There are no banks that you can't. How are you gonna go and get that?
That's true. You just blew up my bank.
I got nothing. Like how can I get my money? Y'all done blew up the bank.
I know.
Russians. My ATM card ain't gonna work everywhere.
I don't get it. I mean, 5,350. I'm like, oh my God. That's like really scary when that's actually, these soldiers are saying, they probably did a committee, right? How much should we ask for? And they actually said what you said, Babz. They said, well, we just blew up their bank, so we can't ask for a lot.
You blew up my apartment with my money under my bed. What am I do? Oh God. I cannot believe that Putin woke up one day and said, this is how I want this war to go.
I mean,
you know what? The world would forgive him, Harry, if he just pulled out. Just like, you know what? This was a bad idea. Let's pull out. Let me just pull my people out, and we gonna backwards walk out and be like, you know what? We sorry. Don't even say you're sorry. Just at this point, the Ukrainians are like, just get the hell out of my country. And they're going back to their countries. They're going back, Harry. They're like, you know what? We don't want to be in these other countries. We want to be in our country. I know where my store is. I know how to get stuff in my country. Oh man, that's terrible.
So her response to them was, when they called back, they demanded the 5,000, which she does not have. She told them, as a refugee, I have no access to money. And they told her, well, that's not any of our business.
It is when you blow up my bank.
Oh my God, you can't make stuff like this up.
It is if you blow up my damn bank.
Wow.
Oh my God, Harry, this is bad all the way around. I just need somebody to end this. Where's Will Smith when you need a good slap done?
I mean, if he gets to read this, he should be embarrassed by his troops now taking people hostage for money.
Yeah, that's not a good look, Harry. That's not a good look. Unless you're a terrorist, that's not a good look.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, it's like, imagine our troops.
Harry, that'd be, you know what we would do.
Of course, we just snatch them up. I don't know how. Okay, this war has taken a turn for the worse.
Listen,
I know it has, but when you got troops,
I don't know if you could. It's legit not a war, Harry. A war is when you fight with people. They didn't start this war. They just like, I'm gonna take over your. It's like somebody knock on your door, Harry. It's like, I want your house. And until you open the door, every day I'm gonna throw rocks at your windows. Every day I'm gonna bang on your door until till you surrender. Like,
I mean, they got to start negotiating down the 5,000.
Where are they gonna get this money? And she's right. I'm a refugee. Listen, I'm fighting to get a piece of bread at this point.
Right. They got to negotiate down to her portion of whatever.
Listen, I can share my half of bread. That's all I got. Oh, Harry, I'm so tired of this war. And it's not even a war. It's just an invasion.
Well, she was a filmmaker before the war.
Yeah.
So she was considered to have money.
You blew up my bank. And it's not like she could go somewhere else, Harry, and say, oh, I'm going to get the money out of another ATM machine.
That's what she should say. She should tell them, okay, drive me to the ATM. So when they drive her to Poland, they can get arrested. Drive me to the nearest ATM and I get you the money.
Oh my God. These people, you know what? You have to be very desperate at that point, at that level.
Really desperate.
You have to be desperate when you're in the military and you're like, okay, what can I do? I got to eat. I know I'm going to kidnap the people we're here to kill for money. I see Macron got back in power.
Yeah, I don't think that I had seen last week where they were worried that he wouldn't win. I don't know if they were worried that he wouldn't win. I think they were just worried that she was gaining momentum. You know what I mean? Yeah,
she's a loon, Harry. I don't care.
If you saw some of the debate, she's crazy.
I'm glad enough of them saw that. Like,
yeah, she shouldn't have debated because she had momentum.
And she's a fan of Putin. So
yeah, until people actually saw her open her mouth. When she opened her mouth, everybody said, okay, we're good. We're good with Macron.
Yeah.
And he was criticized for talking to Putin too, but it's not the talking to Putin. You got to talk to the monsters. You still got to talk to the monsters. They do share the earth with us, and they not only share the earth, they actually run countries.
Yeah.
So you have to talk to these people. So, I mean, I wonder what he thinks his role is going to be, because he was the only one of the major leaders still talking to Putin. I wonder if maybe he has some type of relationship where he could tell them, yeah, this ain't working out for you. Did you see that article where your people are taking hostages? Somebody has to tell Putin stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because everybody's scared to talk to him.
Somebody got to be able to tell him something, Harry. Like, I just don't believe that he does not listen to anybody. Oh, here's the other thing that freaks me out too, Harry. All the oligarchs that were found dead with their families. All these cats cannot have committed suicide, Harry. That is not. If you rich like that, Harry, you are not committing suicide. I don't give a damn what nobody. You must need Hercule Poirot to come up in there and solve this. This is. You know what this is? This is Putin saying, because these cats was gonna move on him. They were like, listen, messing with our money. We don't have good standing where we go. Our yachts ain't welcome nowhere. They done confiscated our stuff. They was going to make a move on this cat, and he knew it. He's like, you know what? Let me hit them before they hit me.
The thing
you can't tell me 10, 11, 12 of these cats and their whole families all at once? I seen The Godfather. I know
the thing is that the world is procrastinating on Putin.
Because they're like, meanwhile, there is a war.
If you're going to go after him, just go after him. Don't think about it too much.
Don't worry about, just handle it. Stop.
Because once he finds out.
We don't want to have World War III. I'm sorry. Knock, knock. Who's there? World War III.
I know.
Harry, it's already a war. He's just riding roughshod. Y'all got to shut that down. I don't see this. Why This is why I don't have no credibility. This is why people have no faith. Because they don't know. Just do the right thing and make your apologies later. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness later than
permission.
Yeah, permission, because
nobody's gonna give permission. Nobody's gonna give permission, Harry, to go there and kill up all the Russians. Nobody's gonna give that permission.
Well, if Biden were to go to Congress and ask for permission, you know how Congress works. He'll never get anything. So he has to actually do something, because striking Putin or even just defending Ukraine, forget about striking Russia, going in and helping Ukraine, that can't be classified a war, getting into a war. That is something you have to ask, a president is supposed to ask Congress for, right? But I don't think defending Ukraine or something like that would be classified a war unless we plan to go to war against Russia, which I don't think we are planning on doing. Even though we finally sent a couple of bigwigs.
Yeah, we sent the big boys over. I mean, we sent our top military brass. So, I mean, they don't get no higher than that. The next person is the president. So,
yeah. And the thing is that, and you saw after and this is Putin trying to show he has still has the balls to do stuff. But after our officials left Ukraine, he started bombing the train system. So because they knew that's how our officials went in, through the trains.
Yeah, see. So
after they left, he started bombing the trains like, oh, you lucky I missed. No,
no, you lucky. You ain't the only one that been on the playground, Putin. we've been on the playground quite a few times. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Because we could bring something for you. We could bring something, and ain't nobody gonna help you. Ain't nobody. You think if we marched on them, you think India and China gonna jump in? Nope. Not in our best interest. That's the email. Not in our best interest. We don't got no dog in that fight.
And I really, the media has to, instead of selling you Putin's propaganda of Nazis, they need to start telling you the story of how many Jewish people are in Ukraine and how many of them are dying. How many some World War II survivors are dying at the hands of Putin.
Yeah.
How about you tell that story instead of talking about his narrative of Nazis?
Yeah, that's where the press gets on my nerves. They're focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They're focusing on the wrong narrative. The narrative is not to continue carrying his propaganda story. The narrative is, look who is being harmed by the lies he is telling. That's the damn story. Stop regurgitating his foolishness. This is why I've lost faith with a lot of news outlets a long time ago, Harry. So, and I still watch the news because you got to watch the news. But I know how to be discerning. I know how to be discerning, and I'm media literate. So I don't worry about being duped. But there are a lot of people who are duped, and can't put two and two together, can't, make the leap of, because this is what people do. Well, maybe there's some truth to what he's saying. Maybe there are some Nazis.
Hey, but you know what? The reason they do that is because the media now, the news now feels like they have to sell you drama, that they have to actually put some sprinkles on the drama.
Yeah. Entertainment. It's entertainment.
Yeah, but why do you need more drama than real war?
I know. That's what I say, Harry.
So just say the truth. Just report the facts. People are dying at the hands of Putin. Those are the facts. It. You don't have to add, well, Putin says they're Nazis.
And you know damn well there are no, I was like, y'all know there are no damn Nazis. What is wrong with y'all? Stop saying that mess.
Well, you know, are there white supremacists? Of course, they exist everywhere.
Yeah, we got some here that we don't seem to be able to take care of.
Right,
I mean, there's some here we can't seem to disband. Why?
Right,
because they have the freedom to assemble.
Right, they exist everywhere. Are they marching on anything in America? No, there's not enough Nazis for that. Just like in Ukraine, of course, you have the fringe people. You have some fringe militias in Ukraine, and they go, well, let's apply that to Ukraine. Like they forget the president is Jewish. So how can you apply a fringe militia to the Jewish president?
Yeah, it makes no sense. But if no one calls it out, then the sense becomes palatable, right?
Yeah, because I've actually heard from people that are smart say, but there's Nazis in Ukraine. And, you know, just the fact that they allowed it already to seep into the point where that's one of the first things that comes into their head, it means that Putin's propaganda is working.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree.
But, you know, that's who we are these days. You're right. We can't trust any media. We can't trust anything. You have to actually, it's almost like deciphering a freaking, you know, puzzle in order to get to the truth when you're looking at the news.
Oh God.
But there you go. I mean, and then Elon Musk, who is a great, forget the Twitter thing. I wasn't even going to say it.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I want to hear that.
What he's doing over there for Ukraine,
yeah,
and keeping their internet up and helping them thwart you know, the hackers and all of that stuff. So he's actually showing that, because let me if Putin was gonna blame America for everything, wouldn't he blame him for Elon Musk?
No, well, Elon Musk is not American.
Well, he is American. He converted, you know, I mean, he whatever
converted,
not converted.
He's an immigrant.
Into religion. But he's not a born American, but he's American.
I didn't know he had citizenship.
But the thing is that wouldn't he blame? It's an American company doing that to Putin. So wouldn't he blame America? This is what I'm saying is, that excuse of, well, he could see this as an escalation. He could see that as an escalation. Well, wouldn't he see Elon Musk as an escalation of the Western world? You know, it's like, why isn't that an escalation? Why isn't he telling him, put Elon Musk in check? You know,
Harry, you talking about no. Because he's not going to do that, because his beef is never going to be with Elon Musk. His beef is going to be with the idea of America and what it represents. It's the idea of America.
But it's an American company that's effing with him, you know?
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, you know.
But I mean, I'm just saying the excuses of this could be seen as an escalation. This could be seen as nobody's told Elon Musk to stop it.
I don't even want to hear about this. Everything is seen in the escalation, because I feel like bullies don't get the right to tell nothing, right? Like they don't get to. If you're the aggressor, you don't get to say, "I beat my wife because she talks." You know what I mean? Like you don't get to. And every time she walks in the house, she just makes me want to beat her, right? Like this is how I see this whole scenario for me. He's like an abusive partner. You know, no matter what you do, Harry, it's going to be seen as an escalation. If we airdrop bandages, because they need bandages, I see that as an escalation. You know what I mean? You see the absurdity of that? Like, no matter what we do, but no matter what is done, it is going to be seen as escalation. And for me, as long as he keeps saying this stupidness, then we got to call it out for stupidness and be like, shut up and get out of these people's. This is what I need all the world leaders to say. Get your asses out of Ukraine and give them, I don't know, Harry, 72 hours to start backing the hell out. And then if they don't, then the whole world activate. League of Justice, Knights of the Round Table, whatever it is, whatever the call is, Harry, whatever. Wonder Twins activate, whatever it is, whatever the call is. And then they just whoop that ass and then let peace reign in the world again. This is just stupid.
Russia is demanding that we stop sending any weapons. See, so this is what I'm saying. So everything is an escalation with them. So why not send the jets? Why not send cruise missiles?
Send everything, right?
Send everything.
I would send them and Jim Brown, damn it.
You know, and by the way, so this morning, some Russian gas fields were hit.
I saw that. Who hit it? Did Russians hit it themselves?
No, well,
that's the story I would tell.
The Ukrainians most likely, right? And it's the same thing with their huge their ship in one of their biggest ships.
Yeah, they
got taken down. And Russia keeps saying, "Oh, it's coincidental. We just had explosions."
Well, they're liars. So.
Yeah, I know. It's not the Ukrainians who are taking us down. It's, coincidental explosions on the ship, coincidental explosions on our gas fields.
Wait, it's terrestrial phenomena.
Yeah, it's like incredible what Ukraine is doing on their own. It's incredible.
Harry, you cannot underestimate people with the will to live. History bears this out. We saw it during when emancipation and slavery. We saw people, the will to live is very strong. We saw it in World War I. We saw it in World War II. We saw it in Vietnam. People will find a way to live. And he doesn't seem to, he just thinks by force. But, you could have all the weapons, Harry, but the will, these people have will. They're like, and the more they think about it, the madder they get. Like, how dare you come in my country? Yesterday I was drinking lattes with my kids, and now today I'm hunkered down in a damn train station because you bombing civilian apartment buildings, which breaks all kinds of law wars, right? Laws pertaining to how you conduct a war. So I'm like, he don't care. That's what I mean. The rest of the world got to activate superpowers. You in, just put the gavel down and say, you know what? We got to go in. We got to go in. And we'll make quick work of it. Just make quick work of it. Don't make it drag. This is not Afghanistan. This is not. Go in there, put the hammer down. That's it. I tell you what, Harry, lob one at the Kremlin. Just knock some of the Kremlin down. See what happens.
What I'm saying, give them those cruise missiles because we're sending them stuff with a range capability of about 40 miles. No, give them something that has some real range. That
could go to Russia and give them give Russians some of the fight back that they've been getting.
Yeah,
because this is what happened, Harry. Because if you take the war to Russia proper, he's gonna have to deal with his people in them streets. When you start blowing up their buildings and stuff, you're gonna have to take your attention off Ukraine and deal with your people in the streets who gonna need hospitals and housing, all that kind of stuff. That's how you shut it down. Give them some of what they've been giving you. I'm not trying to be all destruction, Harry, but This has got to end some kind of way. And it can't end with Zelensky saying, all right, just take my damn country. Hands up, take my country. Walk in and do whatever the hell you want. We'll bow down. They're not gonna do that. They never gonna do that. They're gonna fight to the end. And I ain't mad at them. I'm not mad at them. And I know at some point as a president, he's got to make some decisions. He's like, all right, what do they want? Maybe I could give them some of what they want and still preserve the integrity of my country. You know, how is that? Or you could just like, you know what? They have to come in here and kill us all. If that's what the world's going to let it happen, then let them come in here and kill us all. That's it.
Well, right now, Russia's in retreat on its way to the Donbass region, where the port region, right? The seaports where everything comes in through. So it looks like what Vladimir's going to do is try to right now they basically are in control of those regions and claim victory by saying, well, we got all the seaports, and Ukraine is at our mercy anyway, because now they don't have any seaports.
Yeah.
So now they're going back to defend those seaports that they've taken over. Now the question is whether we're going to give them what they need to take back Ukraine. That's the question. I mean, we've been sending them defensive weapons, which makes no sense. I think any weapon is an offensive weapon, but calling them defensive weapons, fine.
Yeah, now we need to break in the good liquor closet, Harry, and send the good stuff.
Yeah.
Who got the keys? Who got the keys to the good stuff? Because that's what they're gonna need. They need the good stuff.
Yeah, because right now we tell all the other countries, Poland, Romania, whoever has the old weapons, we tell them, you give your old weapons to Ukraine and we'll backfill it with our weapons. And they say that we're not giving Ukraine the new weapons because they're not trained enough to actually use our new weapons.
They've sent people over to train them on the new stuff.
You got to train them on these new weapons.
They sent a bunch of folks over to train. Because they got to train people to train the people. Because we can't be over there indefinitely training everybody. So we got to train the people so that they could go train. And listen, they smart, right? They pick it up quick. So it's not like they be training me, Harry. Like it's not like they be training Babz on how to fire a rocket. I'd be done blowing all us up. So no, these folks, they know how to do it. So I just feel like he ain't gonna
right
stop
now the drones we send them are Switchblade drones that could carry some munitions, but not like the big Hellfire missiles.
They're gonna have to fix that.
We need to give them those Hellfire missiles that we could take out anything from the sky. But yeah, so I mean, I'm encouraged by, our people finally going into Ukraine, and saying we stand with you, because it looked bad that every other country was doing it and we didn't. So I'm encouraged by that. That I think.
Listen. When England sent their prime minister,
that was crazy. But that was
sloppy.
Crazy.
That sloppy guy.
That was crazy.
He got it in there before us. What?
I think everybody went, what the hell? That guy's just crazy. I don't think he told anybody he was gonna do that. He just showed up. He like Uber to Kyiv.
Wait. He's like, listen, it's a little hot in England for me right now.
he took an Uber.
I had some COVID parties.
Yeah, he took an Uber all the way to Kyiv. And he was like, hey, we're in Kyiv. Where's your president? That's how it was like. And so, yeah, he showed everybody up. It wasn't just showing America up. He showed everybody up by just showing up. So, but yeah, so finally we're there. Now let's see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Let's see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Because us being there says we believe they could win. And
that's really what it is, Harry.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Because as long as we wasn't over there, it looked like we were like, oh, we're gonna wait and see.
Yeah, like we were hedging our bets.
They're gonna take over. We'll, they're gonna fall. And when they were like, we're not falling. I was like, all you Bible thumpers, y'all know the David and Goliath story. You know, all the Great Wall story. You know all these stories. Come on. This is happening in real time. Real time.
I mean,
real time.
When Russia was amassing their troops along the border, the common feeling was that Ukraine will fall in 2 to 7 days. So
I tell you what bothers me the most out of all this, when I see Holocaust survivors, Harry, that survived that mess, survived it, and they die in this.
Yeah, they're dying there.
Like they die in this. Like they survive Hitler.
Yeah.
Hitler. They survive it. And then that the world ought to look at that and say, what did we mean by never again? Like what does that really mean? How do we define that? What do we attach it to that? What do you mean never again? Because here it is. I don't know what they're thinking, but here it is. So when I saw that, I was like, that can't be right. Like that can't be right on some level.
That's what I'm saying. And then when all you hear is Nazis, when it's not the Nazis, they survived the Nazis. Those people survived the Nazis, and you're allowing Putin to sell that message.
Yes. And you ain't and y'all ain't putting that fire out. Right. I was like, these people they know Nazis when they see them. They already know. They survived it. You're right, Harry. They survived it. They already know what Nazis is. So what is this? They the Nazis now. Shit. Shoot. Yeah. I don't understand it. I don't. So I don't know. Somebody got to explain to me what never again means, because we can't ever say that again. We need to let that get buried. I don't know what that means. So if I see somebody stand up and say never again, Harry, somebody need to get slapped. I'm gonna send Will Smith over there and be like, you know what? This is what I need. Somebody say never again. Like, this is never again right now. Oh, you don't mean this. Oh, you don't mean this killing of people. Oh, you don't mean this genocide. Oh, it's another genocide that you're really talking about. What genocide are you talking about? Because clearly this man is trying to kill these Ukrainians,
but
trying to wipe them out.
You would also figure that we would do that never again when it comes to slavery too, right? And you still have
prisons.
Well, not just the prisons in America, but you still have slavery happening
in the world. Yes.
You know, so you would figure you would say to the rest of the world, if you're caught selling people, you won't do business with us.
Right.
But that doesn't happen either. You know, so never again means nothing. You know,
it doesn't. I don't even want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear any politician say never again. I don't want to hear it because I don't know what that means. I mean, never again until it comes up again and then we do nothing again? That's what you what you mean? Because I don't know what you mean, because these people survived the Holocaust. They're alive. Some of them are alive, and they can tell you they still got numbers on them. And then they're dying in basements and places where, like, how do you live your whole life? You survive, you live your life, and then this is the end like this? Come on, man. Come on.
You know, and we were talking about China and everything earlier about the COVID and how they're going crazy. But Bill Gates just recently gave a talk on COVID. And, it makes me wonder about people when they think when you're this big a person, Bill Gates, and he has his hand in the World Health Organization and other things, and he makes a joke about tracking people with the vaccines.
I don't know if he said that, Harry.
He made a joke about tracking people with vaccines.
I don't see that anywhere, and I'm looking at it now. I don't
look it up.
I know he said I know he said a pandemic-free future won't be easy, because we have the tools now, but I don't think he made a joke. I don't see that. No, I don't see that.
Let's close it. Oh, here it goes. The MSN. The Newsweek. Bill Gates jokes about tracking people with vaccines.
What year? What date is that?
5 hours ago in Newsweek.
Okay.
You know, so Bill Gates made a dry joke about tracking people using COVID vaccines while giving a talk about pandemic prevention. You know, and you know, it's funny to him. I get it.
I don't know if it's funny to him. Like I'm not going to attach that he was making fun. I think people think that sometimes a little levity in a situation. I mean, he's not a comedian, so
right.
You know, jokes land.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. People. You have to be careful when you have people who have lost their minds over the vaccine, and you put out, even if it's a little joke, some people will take that as serious fact. That they
but not a lot of people, because you know what? I don't know if they plan Bill Gates on Fox News, because all the stupid people seem to watch Fox News. I mean, consistently, because sometimes we have Fox News on in our office. Sometimes because
this is a Newsweek. This is a Newsweek. I'm not reading anything from Fox News.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not sure. I mean, I think they led with that part because there's so much more to the story than that. They led with that. See, this is why people have to be media literate, because that's a provocative title to get people to click on the story. But the story isn't about the joke. It isn't. It's not.
It isn't. But that's what
people will click on that trying to go, aha, see, look, blah, 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 blah. See, I find that disingenuous, because they could have led with Bill Gates says building forward in a pre-pandemic time is going to be difficult, because that's what he was talking about. The joke is just a small piece of that, but you lead with the joke as a media, as media people, because you want people to click on because it's provocative, and it blurs the truth of the story. It blurs the truth. See, that's this is what I mean. People got to be media literate when they fall for these kinds of things, right? I'm not saying I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't
the joke.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But the joke was not the priority of the story. It was a part of the story. So why would you make it the title of the story? Why wouldn't you make it about what he was there to talk about rather than the joke? You know why? Because it's provocative and entertaining. It's not about news. It's about being provocative and entertaining.
Right.
And look at me, look at us, read our stuff, right? And then everybody will just try to scroll down to the joke part, right? Oh, well, what's the joke part? And then they take it out of context, right? Because this is what people do. They'll take it out of context, and then you got to go, and you got to tell people, go back and read the lead up to it.
I totally agree with you. It's the same reason they keep saying Nazis when, referring to the war in Ukraine.
Yes.
Right? But the thing is that he knows how many conspiracy theories are out there about him being part of, the whole COVID and vaccine conspiracy stuff. So him saying that joke was stupid for me.
I disagree. I disagree, because I think if you just focus on the joke, he's not a comedian.
I don't care about the joke. I don't care about the joke, but
I think focusing on the joke discredits everything else about the piece. For me, because the joke was just was a one-liner. Like, it wasn't even, he didn't lead with that,
I know. But you see, that's the thing. The media is whatever narrative they decide to go with, and people, people look at headlines and are not going to read the article at all. You saying they're going to get to the joke? They're not even going to get to the joke, Babz. Because that's all they're going to read, that headline.
But let me tell you, this is what I believe. You damn right they're going to be tracking people. They're going to be tracking people for 100 years behind this COVID stuff. There's a reason why the vaccine is numbered and attached to you. There's a reason for that. They ain't just like, just walk in and here, just take a shot. No, there's a number attached to and it's on your little thing, right? It's on your piece of paper. It's on your card. You had this vaccine from this batch of vaccines on this day. That's a number connected to that. You know why? Because they got track where that vaccine went. Who got that vaccine? Somebody in, okay, Babz, Rawls-Ivy in New Haven, Connecticut got this vaccine. That's real. That's real. Like, I don't know why people think they're not being tracked.
But that's
you know what the biggest tracker?
Though.
You know what the biggest tracker is?
Right, but those aren't the conspiracies. The conspiracies is them actually injecting a nano, tracker into your DNA. So, and that's the conspiracy he was actually playing to, because he's not a dumb guy.
Well, listen, we already have that technology, because they already have things that you can embed into your skin to track, because they're trying to make it palatable to parents of young children for kidnapping. They're trying to make people think that that's what they need so they can find their child or their loved one quickly, right? Now, Apple already has that technology. You know why? Because guess what has been happening? Men who want to rape and kill women have been tracking women with these little tags, putting them on their cars and following them. So we already have the technology. We already have clothes. Listen, when you are a diplomat, you have clothes that have things that track where you go, right? When you're a diplomat, they already have that. So James Bond is already here. We already have it. We already have it. So listen, I ain't mad at people who feel like, the conspiracy. Because, Harry, I think a little bit of all conspiracies have a hint of truth to them, a little bit. Now, I'm saying like maybe less than 1% of truth. Because if you could hear about it, somebody is working on it somewhere. Somebody's like, oh, okay, I bet. And you go, I wonder. Well, wonder no more.
So yeah. If they've injected me with some type of probe or whatever, if you could activate it so that it could melt my fat cells, please.
Harry, I bet you there's some cats in the lab working on that very thing.
I know. Can you please activate that portion of that little thing?
It's gonna be people who are gonna want to use stuff for different reasons. Like, we don't give a damn about spying on people, but if we could make some weight loss money, because it's $1 billion industry.
I know. I'm like, wait, I'm sure there's a use for it besides tracking me. I don't have. Look, if you're tracking me, you're losing money, because I don't go nowhere. I don't have an interesting life. Maybe if you track Babz, it's different.
well, listen, you ain't got to track me. You just gotta like listen to wherever the champagne bottles are popping. It's like, I think she's over there.
You ain't got to track me either. All you got to do is Google me. You know where I'm at, because I'm in my house.
Harry, let me tell you something. If I go rob a bank tomorrow, they're gonna know exactly where I'm at within 5 minutes. Because my phone is going to give me up.
Yeah.
They're going to look at the time and be like, oh, she's like right there. Go get her. Oh, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm right here. I'm sitting on the curb waiting. So I'm not worried about them injecting. We already injected ourselves because we carry these. Right here.
It's cross-platform and everything. Because
Harry.
Because I was looking at something on my phone, which is an iPhone, Apple iPhone. And I was looking
Ready to style in just one step? Introducing new Tresemme One-Step Stylers. 5 professional.
Got the commercials on your screen.
So I was looking at, Mets hats on my phone. And when I went to my Fire tablet, the first ad.
Mets hats.
Yeah, the first ad was Mets hats.
Harry, that's that artificial intelligence.
But I'm like, okay, so I know I did it on my iPhone. Now they have a relationship. My iPhone and my Fire tablet have a relationship.
Yes, and they're going to gang up against you. Harry, you know what I need? This is what I'm going to speak loud enough so all my things can hear me. I need about $6 million. Send me some winning lottery numbers.
Yeah, by the way, the Powerball is at 400 plus million.
I know they just had an anniversary, Harry, 50 years.
So you got to play.
What? I'm playing, Harry, because I feel like my birthday is Monday. I could win today or whenever it is, and feel like I could have some money for my birthday.
I do it on my app. It's called Mid Lotto.
I know, but can you really win with that? I say I need to see somebody win from that though.
Yeah, somebody win big, right? Because I've won like $20 and stuff, and they just put it in my account. But but the thing is, the problem with that is that now it's so easy to play.
Oh.
I used to have to actually get out my car and go into the store. Now
but what's just gonna happen next, Harry? It's easy now until you lose interest, and then you'd be like, I don't feel like picking up my phone and looking the app.
Well, I don't know. now I've been playing every week since I loaded the app.
Yeah, but watch, it's gonna die down for you. Watch, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, like my brother sent me a invite to one of the sports betting apps, and he's like, sign up because I get $100 and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like betting.
What?
Online. And he's like, but I get $100 if you sign up. You have to use a certain amount, and then I get $100. And I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, bro, because I'm not gonna get addicted to no online betting. You get your $100 somewhere else.
It's like, no. Oh no, my brother.
Yep, I know where to hit the brakes. I ain't gonna bet. I ain't gonna start losing money online.
No, I gotta speak to my wife. I'm not trying to explain to her I lost the mortgage money on some damn bet app.
And you never know what that addictive thing is gonna be, right? Because in my family, there's addictive personality. My father was an alcoholic and all that stuff. So what is it that's going to trigger me into an addiction, right? So that's why I stay away from everything.
That's a good point, Harry. On the other hand, I don't have an addictive personality. So I've yet to find anything that'll make me addicted. First of all, I'm annoyed rather easily. So I was like, oh, this takes too much time. I don't want to do this.
Not me. Not me. I dive right into the rabbit hole.
Like,
I go, it's a waste of time over here. I go.
It's just what I like, a waste of time. All right, we got to get out of here. Who's up after me? I know they get off so I can get on.
You know who it is, Tom Ficklin.
Oh, well, let's keep going then. All right. Well, we're back. I got guests tomorrow because I'm going to be talking about Black women and maternal health issues. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. So I have a guest tomorrow, and I'm very excited. Dr. Sheffield Abdullah, Black women maternal health. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow.
Figure that one out. Everybody listening now, figure that one out. How those numbers in America, how Black women have more difficulty with birth and all. Go figure that one out, because I've never been able to figure out how the hell we have. I mean, those numbers make no sense, Babz.
They don't. And across all economic lines, Harry. Like you could be really rich or really, it doesn't matter. It's the same. And it's got its roots in racism. I mean, Serena Williams just had who was the one? Venus? No.
It was Serena.
She wrote a wonderful essay about what happened to her, Harry, and how they didn't listen to her in the hospital.
Right.
And she was like, I'm telling you. And she was about to bleed out.
But is there like a mandatory course when you're getting your doctor's degree to ignore Black women? I mean, what the hell is going on?
I know. That's a problem. And medical schools, Harry, are starting to look at how can they train doctors differently and better to look for these kinds of things because it is a real problem. It's a real problem. So anyway,
yeah, we started tomorrow's show already.
Yes, we started. Right. We're ahead. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at